What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of Down South Up North. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Got a bunch of sports news coming your guys' way today. A Down South Up North legend comes back to the show. We got some news about Scotty Scheffler. We got some news about the Georgia Bulldogs. And we're going to finish it off with the Georgia native, Darren Waller. Matt, how we doing?
It's good, dude. Had some good college baseball this week in the World Series for that. Only down to a couple teams, dude. We're really getting into the nitty gritty, trying to give it the best coverage we can. But dude, Scotty Scheffler is scorching hot, and it's been some time since we talked about him. So I'm looking forward to getting into it.
Yes, sir. All right, let's get straight into the athletic alert. Matt, you just mentioned his name, Scotty Scheffler. Tell me about what this man did over the weekend in another tournament.
So, obviously, Scotty Scheffler. I don't know. I just don't think he likes to lose, Kyle. I just think anything besides first place, it's just an insult to him at this point.
It really is.
Over the weekend, he closed out yet another victory. The Memorial Tournament this past weekend, he came out on top yet again in his 5th win in 8 starts. I mean, this dude is tearing it up, and especially for everything he had going a couple weeks ago, right? We were talking about him in an orange jumpsuit and then coming out and still playing some pretty good golf. He's just ridiculous, man. Like, there hasn't been a lot of guys to do this. Winning 5, I believe, just winning 5 in a calendar year. And he's somehow managed to do this, Kyle. And only 11 guys this entire weekend, all 4 rounds, had a score under par. 11 guys. So that kind of tells you how hard this golf course is. He saw Jack Nicklaus after the event, and Nicklaus told him, quote, "You're a survivor," in which Scheffler, said thank you. Obviously, he's talking to a golf legend in that regard. But he's just on an absolute tear, man. I mean, yeah, he's kind of had a little bit, the month of May was not the best for him, but just to be able to go out there and continuously dominate in perhaps what I think is the hardest sport in the world, personally, just it's nothing short of spectacular. I mean, we are witnessing one of the greatest players of our generation. I really do, and I stand by that. Obviously, we've had conversations in the past. He needs to keep up this trend. But Kyle, Scotty right now, dude, there is nothing stopping him. Nothing stopping him from going out there every single weekend that he plays and just winning. I mean, right now, he has a win percentage above 50%. That's not heard of in golf. That is not heard of. I think you have a list of guys who have done it in the past.
Yes, I do. Justin Thomas, Jason Day, and Jordan Spieth are the only golfers to win 5+ over the last 10 years, and Scheffler now has about 3 months to surpass them, which is crazy. Dude, like, do I have to chop off a finger or multiple fingers or even toes to play this kind of level of golf that Scheffler is playing? Like, dude, this guy gets arrested. He has a newborn child. Nothing phases this guy, dude. Nothing. Like,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, just God or whoever it is. Yeah, God just throwing all these obstacles at Scotty, and he's just brushing it off, dude. He's like, you know what? I don't care. You could throw me in a jail cell. You could give me a new child, but I'm still gonna go out here and I'm gonna win golf tournaments every single time I get out there. This guy is elite, dude. It's so crazy.
That's just peak level of legendary. So here I got this tweet and I'll throw it up as I read it. Kyle Porter from CBS, shout out to him for this insane stat. Kyle, you ready? If a PGA Tour golfer played the last 8 events that Scheffler has played, right? The API, the Players in Houston, the Masters, the RBC Heritage, PGA, and Memorial this past weekend. And he made the cut at all 8 and played them all to the field average, right? So, like, whatever the average of each of those tournaments was. If he played all of those, made the cut, and played them to the field average, he would be roughly +5 at the end of those 32 rounds, right?
Yeah.
Average PGA golfer. We're not just talking about Joe Schmo, you or I, going out to play a couple of holes. In that same time, Scotty Scheffler is -106. A PGA Tour golfer playing the field average after making the cut in all 8 would be roughly +5 at the end of all those rounds. And this dude is at -106. Now, I know that that's kind of a interesting, like, probably a lot of numbers being thrown at you in scenarios. But to put it simply, is this guy is playing at an elite level golf that we have not seen since Tiger Woods. I'm going to say it. We have not seen this level of play since Tiger Woods. Scotty Scheffler is on a different planet, and he is just going up and up and up. And we have seen guys in the past that have been at the top for a while and fallen off that mountain, but it gets very lonely up there. And what this guy has done, it's June, and you just said what? He has 2 to 3 months to break all those guys' records.
Yeah.
I think he's going to do it. Actually, there's no doubt in my mind that he is going to do it. It's amazing. It's really good to watch.
Bro,
especially
I'll
for
just
the
tell
game of
you
golf.
a crazy stat here. So on Saturday, on the 9th hole, it was a par 4. Scheffler's driver failed him. He hit it out of bounds. He triple bogeyed. Guess how many triple bogeys Scotty has in his career?
Oh, his career.
His career.
Well, he definitely hasn't had. Well, you said he had one Saturday.
He had one Saturday.
Besides that, I don't think he's had one all year. I'm going to say less than 10.
You are correct. He only has 5 triple bogeys in his career. I mean, again, he is a pro golfer. You don't want triple bogeys. But to me, that is just insanity, dude. When I'm having a bad day on the course, I'll probably get 5 triple bogeys in a round of 18 if I'm having a bad day.
For me, it might be around a 9.
But holy shit, dude. 5 in his career. Like, this guy, dude, he's the best at everything. He's the best. Like, when he gets a hold of his driver, he smacks it down the fairway over 300. He has one of the best iron shots in the game. His approach shots are insane. His putts are insane. This guy, it's like they say, when, like, you know, you'll go play golf and either your driver is on fire or your irons are on fire, your putts are on fire. One set of your game is usually off. Like I said, your driver might be gas, or your irons are off, or your putts are off, or vice versa. Every time this guy goes out, everything is on fire. Like, that usually that has happened to me one time, and I played the best golf of my life. But this guy comes out every single event, and every part of his game is just elite. Like, that's just insanity to me. Dude, like I said, what do I have to sacrifice to play this elite level of golf?
I think the big thing is you look at guys throughout history, Dustin Johnson and Bryson DeChambeau, they can drive the hell out of the golf ball. They're obviously good at other things, but they're particularly known for their driving. Yeah. You look at Phil Mickelson, probably the best chipper approach player around the green of all time. You know, Tiger in his prime was good at everything, but he came up clutch and he was very good at putting. Similar to that, Scotty's just doesn't really hit a bad shot. It doesn't really matter where you put him on the golf course. He's going to find a way to make the right shot and have the right decision with the help of his caddy, of course. But wherever he is on the golf course, 9 times out of 10, he's gonna hit a great shot and get out of it. So I think it's incredible. I think it's incredible. I think it's great for the game of golf too, because golf, as you know, is growing across every generation. And for a guy like Scotty to be at the very peak of all of that, I think it's great for the game. And it's just his dominance. He is dominating at a completely different level that we have not seen in quite some time. So,
One more stat before we go on to the next topic. This is just crazy. Scheffler has become the first golfer since Tiger Woods. Woods did this in 2001, by the way, to win not only the Players' Championship, the Masters, and the Memorial in the same season. The Memorial and the Masters, incredibly hard courses. The Players' Championship, that's a huge achievement itself. And this guy, dude, he's just, like I said, God is throwing him so many obstacles. Hey, you have a newborn, take some time off, enjoy your family. He was like, no, fuck that. I'm going to make this putt, and then I'm going to hold my newborn as I'm getting the trophy after winning the tournament. Like, this guy, goodness gracious, dude, he is insane. So moving on from Scotty, we're going to go to some college baseball.
Athens, baby.
Athens. Let's go talk about the Bulldogs, baby. So the Super Regionals, some teams qualified over the weekend. You got North Carolina did it Sunday. Florida did it after a huge game against Clemson.
And now we're down to just a few.
Georgia, man, forces at game 3. I'm not gonna lie, game 1, I wasn't watching the game. I was busy, but
yeah, you shouldn't have been, bro. 18-1, get out of town, dude.
18-1, dude. I was kind of shitting myself. I was like, dude, that is not good, man. It's the offense got shut down. NC State came to fucking play. They put an ass whooping on us, but then Georgia comes back and they gave the rock to no other, the sophomore right-hander, Leighton Finley, 16th start of the year. He goes out there and shoves, baby. Pitches a season high, 6 innings, only allowing 1 run with 5 strikeouts, and then the offense came alive after Leighton was just dealing and smealing Slay Alford in the first inning, hits a 2-run bomb, and then from that point on, it was all dogs, baby. Fernando Gonzalez had a huge game. It was his 12th multi-hit game of the year, tying his season high with 4 hits. He does his job. Corey Collins, Trey Phelps, we talked about him in the regionals, came up huge against Georgia Tech. But hey, dude, they did their thing, and it's just game 3, man. Hopefully they come up huge. They lock in. It's the pitching with the Bulldogs, dude. If we could get a pitcher out there that doesn't blow, we have a chance to go to Omaha. It's just that pitching, bro. Our offense is perfectly fine. Like I just said, you have a freshman hitting bombs in huge moments. You check that. Checks a check box. You have Fernando Gonzalez coming up huge, a multi-hit game. And, bro, where was Charlie? Charlie Condon didn't really do much in this game.
I was going to say, you've been mentioning a lot of different names throughout this this World Series for Georgia. And I was surprised that, Charlie Condon was the 7th or 8th name out of your mouth today?
That's what I'm saying. When I usually talk about Georgia Bulldogs, their baseball team, Charlie Condon is probably the first name that I mentioned. But
easily.
Not today, dude. Not today. Shout out to all these fellas for coming up huge. Dude, you just got to ride that high into the game 3, send NC State home, and then you're on your way to Omaha, Nebraska, baby. Come on. Handle some business. Well, let's go Dogs.
And they're looking for their 7th trip to the World Series, but their first since 2008. So it's been some time for them as well. But
it's been some time.
It's I mean, Kyle, you've probably been around that where you just go out and get an absolute ass kicking. But speak to the level of confidence and kind of what happens overnight for them to come back and dominate with an 11-2 victory. I mean, have you had a similar experience? Maybe not. Maybe not to that. Maybe not getting that much of an ass kicking.
I mean, I'm sure it's happened because playing baseball, you have your out of region games. I think you have like 10 of them. And then you go into region play. And region play, you play them Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I'm sure, I just can't think off the top of my head, but I'm sure it's happened where either Monday, first game of the series, we just get our fucking ass handed to us, dude. Coaches in the dugout throwing stuff, kicking helmets, throwing gloves. And then Wednesday, we come out, we dominate them. Friday, we come out, dominate them again, win the series, and coach is happy. So I'm sure it's happened. I just can't think of an instance off the top of my head. But uh, new head coach. This is Wes Johnson's first year as the head coach for the Bulldogs. I think he was LSU's pitching coach. So he was coaching Paul Skeens. He was coaching all these guys.
He's been in the
And
SEC too, so that's an advantage.
it is. He said, quote, after the game, I thought it was a good bounce back today. It's what they do. Nothing special. We did as coaches. We just got them ready to play. And those guys went and did it for us. The bounce back was huge. We just focused on our game plan. Scoring those two right away really got us off to a great start. You talked about Finley, the pitcher, a little bit. But, hey, man, that's huge. It does suck. First game of the series, that's a statement game. I'm sure in any other sport, like you're playing a series against someone, you want that first game to be the statement. It's like, hey, we're going to go out here. We're going to show you, like, we're going to show you what. We're going to beat the shit out of you. And Georgia did not do that, dude. The tables turned. They got demolished. But then you have a good coaching staff who's like, hey, guys, you got to win. You got to win too. You got to win too. So lock in. Game 2, go out there, do your thing, play small ball, don't do nothing special. Hey, like the shit that really matters is just like getting down to like two-strike hitting, mental errors, shit like that, dude. Mental errors in baseball will kill you 100% of the time. And it looked like they did their thing. So hopefully they come out on top against NC State. Like you said, go back to Omaha since 08. Just gotta dominate, dude. Do your thing.
Yes, sir. Your Bulldogs. See what
Let's
they
go,
can
baby.
do
Go
in
Dogs.
Game 3. But staying sort of in Georgia, sort of in New York. NFL one-time Pro Bowler Darren Waller announced his retirement over the weekend. Definitely a roller coaster of a career. Drafted in 2015 by the Baltimore Ravens. Not a great seasons with them. Didn't have a great time, not only on the field, but also off the field. Violated the drug abuse policy in the NFL, was suspended all of 2017. Battling drug addiction. Terrible stuff. But as it turns out, signs a contract with the then Oakland Raiders, and numbers just skyrocket, man. I mean, he was going for Baltimore 2 touchdowns, 10 reception seasons to 90 reception seasons, 107 reception seasons, right?
Like broke the 100 mark in 2020.
Yeah, like it went from here to here within 1 year, and they always say you could be a team away or a coach away, but for this guy to really turn his life around on and off the court, he's definitely got my respect. Now, unfortunately, I love to pick fantasy players who just have a great year the year before, and then I decide to draft them, and they do terrible. I mean, it happened with Todd Gurley, the one down year of his career. He was on my team. Darren Waller has a great year. I draft him, and he freaking sucks the next year. But his career path has kind of looked like one of those line graphs. I don't know if you remember those from school, Kyle, where it kind of starts in the bottom and then it goes up, and then it's like a hump, and then it just goes straight down.
Yep.
That's honestly Darren Waller's career. With the Ravens, not barely even touching the ball. And then he gets to that high point with the Raiders, 2020, man, 107 receptions, over 1,000 yards. Like definitely a top 3 tight end in the league, up there with Travis Kelce and George Kittle. And then injuries, couldn't stay healthy, back problems for sure. Then he gets dumped off to New York, and the Giants are just terrible. Didn't really use him the right way. He had 1 touchdown last year, so for him, dude. Oh, and not even to mention the divorce he had with WNBA star Kesley Plum, which that was just a huge fallout, probably mentally for the guy who's been through so much. So I'm wishing him well. I don't think he was much anything that special. A lot of guys in the history of this league have had a couple of great years. Tight end, it's hard, right? Because there's only 2 or 3 great tight ends every single year, and I feel like the playing field for a tight end's hard. It's getting more to a wide receiver, hell, even running backs out of the backfield catching passes league. So tight ends are sort of forgot about, and most people don't know. Like a tight end is should be used as a blocker, an extra offensive lineman, and then on third down, can I either check it down for you or can you run me a 7 to 10 yard curl? That's really what a tight end should do, and everybody's obsessed with the flashy plays or the 50-plus yard touchdown or Christian McCaffrey receiving out of the backfield or a screen pass going for 40-plus. It's like, no. Tight ends are a very important position on the football field, and just because he's out there run blocking or pass blocking does not mean he's not living up to his full potential. But Darren Waller, wishing you a great send-off. Respect the hell out of you for everything you've done. And, happy retirement to a guy who's been through a lot.
Yeah, man. You pretty much did the whole rundown. But, hey, he went through a lot of shit, dude. Like you said, addiction. And it sucks because he released that music video with like a fake Kelsey Plum and just like ghetto Gronk and NFL memes or just making CTE jokes. And again, like some of them are funny. I do laugh at some of them, but it is like a very serious issue with some of these NFL guys that get. I mean, again, he's playing tight end, dude. He's getting hit in the head almost every play. So it just sucks to see he retires and he just gets all this hate. I don't know, dude. He's been through the ringer for sure. Wish nothing but happy retirement. Hopefully, he figures things out, and I don't know, has a good retirement.
It's pretty sad. I actually read an article. It was just the headline. I want to put that out there. I just read the headline, so no, I did not read the whole article, so do not attack me. But I think like the headline and maybe the first line was the same. It was like, we've been expecting this, and now it's like finally here. And I was like, well, that's kind of fucked up, right? Like
Yeah.
he's 31. It's not like he's 40 years old, or even like the NFL career is on average. On average, it's like less than a year. But like for players of his caliber and position and what he's done, maybe we expected him to play until he was 34, 35. But to come out and say like, and again, I don't have the source off the top of my head. I apologize, but to say like we've been expecting this, and now
That's fucked. That's fucked.
and now it's finally here. It's like, dude, usually you say that for like like happy stories. Like that's like next year, if the Lions make the Super Bowl, it's like, oh well, last year they didn't. It sucked, but now they're finally here. It's like, no, you don't say that on a guy who's clearly been struggling to have production in the league, and then come out and say, oh, we've been expecting this and it's finally here. No, just do that for the opposite of the stories.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. The media could be so messed up sometimes. I don't get some of these websites and articles where people just put shit out like that. I don't know, it just rubs me the wrong way. But guys, that's gonna do it for today's episode. A lot of good stuff, dude. Scotty, down south, up north, legend, baby. This guy, he just has nothing but he just has victory just coursing through his DNA. That's the only thing like he's programmed to do is just win. That's all he does. Georgia forces game 3. That's huge. Just talked about Waller retiring. Matt, how'd you feel about today's show?
Good, dude. I love starting the week out with Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah.
He hasn't been around. He's a pretty. He's making our job easy. Talking about his success and stuff, and it seems like he just like another milestone. It's like, all right, here's another stat for you. Here's another stat. Oh, you didn't know this? Yeah, well now you do. We'll see with Georgia. On Wednesday, we'll probably have some stuff to update everybody on where the College World Series is headed in terms of the bracket and everything. But hell of a show today. I'm excited.
I'm excited as well, man. Guys, if you like today's episode, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Check our social media down in the description.
Doing good on social, bro.
Wait, we're back at it. I was slacking a little bit, but we back. Guys, again, social media's in the description. Go show some love. But hope you guys have a good Monday. We'll catch you in Wednesday's show. Peace!